And we said that these are your int, float, bool, string, and complex. Now we'll talk about different operations that we perform on these. Okay, what are different operations that we will perform on these values? Okay, so um, when you look at the numbers, right, numeric values, we can perform arithmetic operators, mathematical operators. Okay, so arithmetic operators are, so let's say I say val1 comma val2 equal to 20 comma 30, let's say, or we'll use something smaller, 20 comma 3. Okay, now if I perform val1 plus val2, okay, now this is basic operation, plus minus into division. Sorry. Oops, sorry. Divide. So these are your basic operation, right? So if you have to add two numbers, we use plus sign, minus use minus sign. If you want to multiply, we use multiply or the star sign, right? So we are multiplying the values here. We are dividing the values. Then we are adding them here. And we are subtracting them here. Okay. Apart from these four basic, we also have about three more arithmetic operators that are commonly used. Okay. So the next one is, okay, let's see the output of this first, and then we'll see the next one. P6, let's go and run P6. 20 plus 3, 20 minus 3, 20 into 3, and 20 divided by 3. So 20 divided by 3, you get 6.66666, right? You also have something called as integer division. Okay, integer division. Oh, sorry. Integer division gives just the integer part. Integer division gives the integer part. Okay, so when you divide 20 by 3, you get 6.66, right? So this will give us just the 6, not the point part. So this will return a float value or gives a float value. Okay, but this will give a integer value. Okay, so when you divide and run, you see, so it doesn't give you the decimal part. Okay. Yes, now, yeah. Now let's say, another example we'll see. So if I take value 1 and value 2, when you say single star, it is multiplying, right? And if you put double star, it is like power. Okay, so it is 20 power 3. So what is 20 cube?
20 cube, it's okay. It should be 180. No, not 180. 40 into 20 into 20, 20, right?
So yeah, so 2 into 2 into 2 is 8, and 0 into 0 into 0, 000. So it will be 8,000, 8,000.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's how you do. Yeah, so it is 20, as you said, right? 20 into 20 into 20. 20 into 20 is 400. 400 into 20 is 8,000.
8,000.
Yeah. And then we have one more here, which is called as, okay, so percentage. It's called modulo. Okay. So this is your power, right? And this is called modulo, modulo. This will give you remainder. So if you divide 20 by 3, okay, if you divide 20 by 3, you get
20 by 3, we get 6.666.
6.6, right? So
Yeah.
6 into 3 is 18. The remainder is 2. So this will give you remainder 2.
Okay.
Modulo will give us remainder. So you see it is 2. So it's like when you divide by integer value, whatever is left is what is given as remainder.
Okay.
So you know what mixed equation and mixed fraction, right?
No, yeah, okay.
So mixed fraction, and again, basic mathematics. So 20 by 3 is as 6 into 2 by 3. So how do you read this 6, 2 by 3? This is like 6 into 3, 18 plus 2, 20, 20 by 3. So this is your integer division, 6, and this is your remainder.
Okay.
Okay, this is your remainder by 3. Okay, great. So these are your basic mathematical operators. Apart from this, we also have conditional operators or relational operators. Okay, which is used to check the relationship between two values. So if you have, again, let's say you have value 1 and value 2. Okay, and okay, so now I will check here. Is value 1 greater than value 2? Okay, so relational operators are greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, okay, equal to, not equal to. See, how is double equal to different to this? All these are like asking question. Is it greater? Is it equal to? Is it not equal to? Is it less than or equal to? Okay, this is how you read this. So if you have to compare two values, if two values are equal, then we use equal to. And when you want to assign a value, right? So if I want to assign a value, I will use single equal to. Okay, and when you have to compare, is it equal to or not, then we use double equal to.
Okay.
Okay, double equal to is for comparison.
Okay.
Okay, single it is equal to is for assignment.
Okay.
Double equal to is for comparison, and single equal to is for assignment. Okay, so so this is the operators. Okay, and output is always going to be either true or false.
Okay.
Nothing
Boolean
else.
type or?
Boolean type, yes.
Okay.
Output will be Boolean. Is it greater? Yes or no? Simple. Nothing in between, right? Okay. So let's say you have value 1 greater than value 2, right? And so tell me here, what do you think will be the output here?
Value 1, it's true.
So 20 is greater than 3, isn't it? So it should give you true. Now let me add one more value here, 20. And I'll say value 3. Okay. So value 3 equal to 20 comma 3 comma 20. Okay. Now if I say print value 1 greater than equal to value 3. Okay, print value 1 greater than value 3. Print value 1 less than value 3. Print value 1 less than equal to value 3. Now you tell me, what do you think the output of this second equation will be?
17, it's true.
17, it's
Line number
true.
17, it's true.
Okay, yes, it is true.
18 and 19 is false.
18 and 19 is false. Perfect.
20 is again true.
20 is again true. Perfect. Okay. So yes, similarly you have equal to and not equal to. So print value 1 equal to value 3 and print value 1 not equal to value 3. So what do you think this is?
21 is true and 22 is false.
Yes. Okay. Great. So this is how we look at our relational operator. Okay. The third type of operator before we go to the next level of programming is your logical operator. Logical operator is and or not. Simple is not. So input here is also Boolean value, yes, no, and output is also Boolean. Okay. So here you have, let's say, and so print false and false. Okay. So when you talk about and, okay, everything has to be true to be true. Otherwise, it is false.
False.
Okay. So this will give us false for sure. Okay. Even one false value is there, you will get false. Okay. Even one false value is there, you get false. You have to have both true to be true. Okay. So false, 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 and last one is true. So how and works is that, see, when I tell you tomorrow we will do topic 1 and topic 2. So I'm saying tomorrow we will do topic 1 and topic 2. And I do only topic 1. So did I meet my commitment?
No.
No. Because I said both. I'll do this and this. This and this means both. So if I do one or none, okay, I have not met my commitment. Okay, so that's why you have to have both true to be true. Now, same thing if you take for or. Now, if I tell you tomorrow we will do topic 1 or topic 2, and I did only topic 2. So did I meet my commitment or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes. For true, even one true is there, it is true. Okay. Obviously false. True, true, true. Even one true. We will do this or this, and we did both. Also, we met our commitment. Okay. So that's how OR works. So when you are doing it, think of OR as addition and as multiplication. Okay. Okay. The next is not. Not a true is false, not false is not true is false, and not false is true.
True.
Okay. So this is how not works. Okay. So let's look at an example. We'll take maybe we'll take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I say and. I say or. I say and. And I say or. Okay. Now you tell me. What do you think the output of this would be? I'll give you 30 seconds to think and then we'll solve it.
Oh, so this is based on our 20 and 3 and 20?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me
Okay.
copy and paste it so that you have the values in front of you.
So this is like all should return one state, one thing. So value one is true, and it's false. Is it false, Swapna?
Okay, let's see.
Because
So value 1 greater than value 3. It is true, correct? So first we solve the relationship operator. Value 1 greater than value 3, this is false.
false.
Value 1 less than value 3 is also false. Value 1 less than or equal to value 3 is true.
True.
Value 1 equal to value 3 is also true.
True.
And when you have and or, we always solve and first. Okay, so think of and as your multiplication, right? And or as addition. So T and F,
F.
F. F and T,
F.
F. Now or, F for F, F.
F.
F for T, T.
T.
So this will evaluate to true.
True.
Okay, this is how we do it. Great. So, okay, so this is the basic, very basic of programming. Now we are going to the next level. Now see the next level what we have, okay, is the basic of programming. Okay, the complete logic is built on only these two topics. Okay, I'm sure the way you're answering, I'm sure you'll be able to understand easily. Okay, so I don't see any problem, and we can finish it faster. But generally, people who struggle in programming is here. The conditions and the loops that the two topics are going to do. Okay, so they find it a little difficult to understand the concept, and that's where based on the feedback, based on the way I see people responding, I take less or more time here. Okay, the whole see after once we finish loop, right, then whatever we are going to discuss after loop is about improving the programming with better options. That's all. Okay, but the core logic is built on these two concepts, loop and condition. That's it. So if you know this, you can build any program. Okay, of course, apart from, see, the sky is limit to learn, isn't it? But this is the foundation. So let's get started. So far we've been executing program in sequential manner. Okay, line number 1, 2, 3, so on up to 40. Now we're talking about giving a choice. Okay, or executing a portion or a line of code based on some condition. Okay, so I give you a number and I want to check if this number is positive or not, right? So I have to check a number is positive or not. So answer could be in some cases positive, and in some cases it would be not positive. In some case it is positive, some case it is not positive. So based on the value, only one option would be printed, not both. With me? We don't have to print both, right? We have to print only one. That's where conditions help comes into picture. So conditions we write if followed by the condition, the conditional statement or relationship operator. Okay, greater than 0. That's what positive means, isn't it?
If number greater than 0.
Right? So if num is greater than 0, okay, then you give colon. So between if and colon, entire condition you can give. So sometimes it will be just one condition, sometimes you have multiple conditions, and based on that relationship that we just created here. Okay, here it is just one condition. Num should be greater than 0 for it to be positive. That's it. So if condition colon followed by, okay, the statement that you need to print if that condition is true. If condition is true, that has to go inside if. When you say inside if, you have to give at least one space. So far, we said that you should always start from first character. You cannot give a space here. If you give a space here, it's going to throw error. So you cannot. Okay. But now what we are saying is, since this positive print positive is not a global statement, this is specific to if. If the if condition is true, only then you print positive.
Okay.
Right? So we give this. Now here for Python, even one space is enough. Okay. But Python does not restrict us from giving number of spaces. You can give 1 space or 10 spaces, doesn't matter. Okay. You can give 1 space or 10 spaces, doesn't matter. It is up to you. For Python, 1 space is enough. But what happens when we give 1 space? Sometimes we may not, when you're reading a program, you might get confused whether space is there or not, right? So it may not. See, I have given a bigger font so that you can see it clearly. Otherwise, smaller font, you won't realize there is a space or not, right? And same thing, if you give 10, 15 spaces, it doesn't look good. It looks very odd. So best thing is you give 1 tab space. By default, tab space is 4 spaces. Okay. So you say tab here. Generally, we give tab only. Right? So this is how it works. For now, let me comment this part. Okay. I'm not doing this part. So if you have only one condition to check, if is enough. So you say num equal to 5. If num greater than 0, print positive. And when you run it, okay, you say true positive. Okay. Now there's some cases where, okay, if is good enough. Actually, you just have to print one condition. Now let's say if I put num minus 5, then this is going to be false.
False.
And when it is false, then you can't, okay, get into if. So nothing will be printed in this case. So one of case, okay, when you have only one condition to check, if this is this, then do this. Otherwise, don't do this, don't do anything if is good enough. But sometimes
it
most
should
of
throw false, right, Swapnil?
it flows, yeah. So it throws false, but when it is false, we don't do anything. Right? So when it is
it
false,
will not go to 44.
Correct. And it will not go to 44. And since we do not have anything else here, and see here, if I put something like print thank you, let's say. Now this thank you is in main line, right? This will anyway be executed because this is not inside if. This is part of your main program. We call this as main flow, main program. Okay. And when it is part of your main program, okay, it doesn't, okay, it doesn't matter for this 47. What if is executed or not, if it's true or not, doesn't matter. Okay, so when you run it, you will get thank you here. Okay, but this will not be printed because this is false, correct? And when I make it true, this will execute. So sometimes one condition is enough, but most of the time you need two conditions. If it is positive, then do this, else. See, else does not have any condition. Else means if if returns false, then else will get executed. So it's either if or else. Though condition in else means if condition is false, else will be executed. Okay, else will be executed no matter what.
Okay.
Okay, so it says now when I run it with 5, obviously it is true, so it will print positive. But now I say -5, and now when you run it, it says not positive. Right?
So
Because
why
this
is the
became
true
false.
remaining the same?
Sorry.
Sorry. Why is this true remaining the same on top of not positive? This true is remaining same in
True is
both the
coming from
cases,
here,
correct?
no?
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is from here.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. So, yeah, okay.
No, this is we are not printing it here. See, if you print
Okay.
it, you'll get true or false. But we are not
Okay.
printing, we are checking. So this
Okay.
this is not printing the true.
Okay. So I was just confused. Okay.
Right. Got it. When you asked me the question. Mhm.
Mm.
So yes, we are not using print. So only print will print onto the screen. Nothing else will print onto the screen.
Okay. Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So this is a simple example of if else. Now see here.
After else, we don't need to give
No,
any thing
else
like
is the
number
last
greater
one.
than 0. Okay.
Okay. So see, else means what? I mean, else means that if nothing is true, then come to me. That's the default.
Okay.
Right. So
If
there is
not
no
true,
other
then
option.
false, like.
Yeah, there is no other option after else.
Oh,
There's no other option for you to do after else.
okay.
Right? Okay. Okay. Next, you see, yeah. So see, we are saying positive and not positive. We can have one more condition here, negative, isn't it? So if num is greater than 0, it is positive. If num is less than 0, it is negative. If it is equal to 0, it is neither positive nor negative. So we have three conditions. Greater than 0, less than 0, equal to 0. So we just handle greater than 0. Else is handling both equal to as well as not less than. Isn't it? In both the other two conditions, it goes to else. So what I'll do here is I'm going to say here elif num less than 0. If it is less than 0, I'll say print negative. So now you see. So if you are having only one condition to check, we use if. If we have two conditions to check, if and default condition, if else. When you have more than two conditions to check, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Okay. So what you do, first is if, last is else, because else is like default, right? So else cannot be in between anywhere. Else has to be the last one. So you have if and you have else. In between, everything will be if else. Elif, sorry, not if else. Elif, which is short form for else if. So if in this case I need to check three conditions, so I'm saying if and last else in between one elif. If you have 5 conditions to check, you'll have one if, last else, in between 3 elifs. In between 3 elifs. So coming back to our example here, we'll say here neither positive nor negative, right? So now when I say num equal to -5, you get negative. When I say +5, you get positive. And when I say 0, you get neither positive nor negative. See, out of, so when you talk about the if block, this entire thing is a if block only. Because the first one is if, so when you see if, that means the beginning of if. It cannot begin with elif or else. Okay? It has to begin with if. So every if is a separate. And one if can have only one if only. If cannot have two ifs. When you say if and if, that means those are two different, two different things. Okay. So what it means here is, okay, among the given conditions, only one condition will be executed at any given point of time. All three or more than one is not possible. The first condition to become true will be executed. The first condition to be true will be executed. Okay. And it executes, and that if that block is done, you might have 10 lines of code. Here we have only one, but you might have 10 lines of code or 20 lines of code. That means if all those 20 lines of code are done, then you come out. You don't stay there. You come out and you go to outside of the conditions. Make sense?
Yes, Saurav. If you don't give this 3, if you only give number is greater than 0 and less than 0, just throw positive or negative, and we give the number is equal to 0. So what will it print? Because 0, it will
No, I
print
didn't
positive.
get.
Okay, if we give 0 is a positive number, right? When there is no
0 is
minus in
not
front.
positive, right?
Okay.
0 is neither positive nor
So
negative.
okay, if we give
That's
only
why
two
we say.
statements here.
Otherwise, you could say num greater than or equal to 0.
No. If we give only greater than num is greater than 0 and num is less than 0, if we don't give this neither positive nor negative thing,
So
else
yes.
statement.
So yeah. So when it is 0, then nothing will execute, right?
So what does it throw here in the
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing, because they are not giving a scope for the anything else.
Okay. I thought it would throw like some error, something not
No.
executed.
So it will not give error. As long as you have if, it's fine. Okay. Or, okay, just to make it look complete, you can say else, and inside else you say pass. Pass is an empty comment. That means there's nothing in this block. Okay. To make it look complete, you can say else pass. That means else do nothing.
Okay.
So it'll go to else and see pass, then it will not do anything. So you can do that way as well. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's take another example. What I'll do is I will move this to maybe 5 here, and we'll do from fresh. So let's say you have average marks. And based on average, we want to assign grade. So let's say if average is greater than equal to 85, that means 85 to 100, you say grade A. Okay. Between 70 to 85, you say grade B. Okay. Between 60 to 70, you say grade C. Okay. 50 to 60, you say grade D. And less than 50, let's say we say grade E. Okay. So we have A, B, C, D, E, 5 conditions. So when you have 5 conditions, okay. So when you have 5 conditions, then how many if you need? One if and one else. And everything else will be elif. Everything else will be elif. Okay. So let's say to do it. So, okay. So see, when you have multiple conditions and each of the conditions here, it's anyway, logic is simple, but let's say you're dealing with some complex logic. So in such cases, okay, it is always better to create that structure first. Okay. And then you come back and you add logic. So here I'm creating a structure. The structure I'll create is if AVG is greater than equal to 85, pass. Elif AVG greater than equal to 70, right? 70 to 85, yes. I'll say pass. Elif AVG greater than equal to 60, pass. Elif AVG greater than equal to 50, pass. Else, pass. So this is what I call creating a template, a structure. So we have handled all the conditions. Now let's go and add the values one by one. Okay. So if AVG greater than equal to 85, I'll say here print grade A. Here I'll say grade B. Here I'll say grade C. Here I'll say grade D. Here I'll say grade E. Okay, average is 85, so you expect grade A, right? Now you see average is 85, so you get grade A for sure. But here also average 85 is greater than 70, isn't it? So grade B should also be printed, isn't it? Correct?
Yeah. So since it is it is only working on line 4, like in the first statement, it is not coming back to elif.
Yes. So I told you among all the conditions, only one condition should be executed. Others will be not. So if first matching condition, first true condition, if this becomes true, it will execute whatever, like, you have 100 or 200 lines of code and then come to the main one. It's not going to even check the others. Okay. Now, if I make it 75, then this is false. Then it will not go inside. So it will check, it is false. Then it goes here. True. It will go inside, perform everything, and then come out. Okay. It's never going to go inside and check. Okay. So this is how this works. Now let me add one more feature to it. So it says that if average is more than 50, okay, you need to print you have passed. If average is more than 50. Now average is more than 50, there are all 4 conditions. So instead of saying print you have passed, okay, you'll have to copy and paste everywhere, right? Okay, yeah. So no, not here. Here you have not passed. Say. So instead of doing so many times you have passed, this is not the right way of doing programming. Okay, your information should be presented once as much as possible. Okay, it should be presented only once. Okay, so what we can do here is we can write another if block here. Okay, where we say if avg greater than equal to 50, print you have passed, else print you have not passed. Okay, you can get rid of this from here as well. Now when you run it, it says you have passed grade B, right? And if I make it as 45, it will say, okay, you have not passed grade E. Okay. Okay, can do this. Or, okay, we can also move these. See, here what it means is you're checking same condition more than once. Value, I agree, you're printing only once. But condition you are checking more than once. So instead what we can do is, we can take all these condition and we can put it inside this if. And this else will anyway else, right? So we can put them together here. We don't have to put anything inside this because both the condition matches. There else is less than 50, here also else is less than 50. Both the places it is less than 50, condition match. So we don't have to do anything.
Okay.
But now here you see, it is, okay, we have put these condition inside this. Now here, this is anyway the else condition. So you don't have to say elif condition, directly you say else. Because else, anyway, this is more than 50, right? So else is greater than 60 means it is less than 60, but more than 50. Because the main condition itself is more than 50. So if value average is more than 50 only, you come inside. If value is more than 50 only, you come inside. Otherwise, you don't come inside. Okay, if value is 45, okay, this condition will be false and it likely go to else. None of these will be even checked.
Okay.
Forget about executing, it will not be even checked because the main door itself is closed, isn't it? If main door is closed, you don't even check what is inside the house. And if this is true, let's say 65, then you go here, okay, more, then you print, you have passed and check here, false, false, true. Then you say grade C. You can have any level of if inside a if. We say nested if. Okay. So let's say if your score is more than 90, you are going to get some special award. So here you say average greater than 80. And you say here print, or before that I have to check, right? So if it's more than 90, correct? So I'm going to say if AVG is greater than equal to 90, print you win special award, something like this. Okay, so 65 won't get it here. So this is true, get in, this is false, right? This is false. Obviously, even this condition will not be checked. Only if you get 85, this condition will be checked. But since this is false, you will not print this. Now, if I make it 95, then this is true, checks here, and this is also true. So you will say you win special award.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how you can get inside and perform certain things.
So for if statement, we don't need to close anything, Saurav. Like
No,
for
no,
if.
here colon, indentation does the trick. You don't have to
Okay.
do anything. Okay, indentation is what is managing. So indentation, when
Okay.
you do this Word document, when you do bullet, sub bullet, sub bullet, sub bullet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the structure we are following here. When you
Okay.
see this P, I, E, that means all these are part of if. Now,
Okay.
if you see Pi is inside this if, so Pi is inside if.
Mm-hmm.
This P is inside this sub bullet. So this is main bullet, sub bullet, sub bullet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it.
Right? Yeah. In Word
Mm-hmm.
document you give, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
header, subheader, subheader, right? Like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it knows that what is inside what. In Word document, you don't mention curly bracket or anything like that. With
Yeah.
sub bullet, people will know, okay, which is the main header, which is the subheader. Same, exact same thing here. So with that, we will finish conditions here. We will do
Mm-hmm.
loops also, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then what we'll do is we'll practice some programs using condition and loops together,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Okay.
So we still have 5 minutes, so let's continue talking about it. So once we are done with loops and conditions, then we'll practice few programs, okay? So loops. What is loop? Loops means repeating a block of code.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to print hello 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to print hello 10 times, one option is you say print hello, 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 hello 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's not the best way to do it. That's where we need to use loops. So there are two types of loops. Okay. One is your for loop. Another is called while loop. Okay. It's all small lowercase. I'm just writing uppercase to highlight it.
Okay.
For loop is used when you know how many times to execute code.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said do it 10 times, so when you say do it 10 times, it means you have to use
For loop.
for loop.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use,
For loop.
yes. Okay. Now, there are some situations where you don't know how many times, but you have to execute. For example, you are repeating a block of code. You are asking this user, do you want to
Mm-hmm.
continue? Yes, says yes. Continue,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Don't continue, yes. So you keep doing it. So user can say that I don't want to do it, or user can take 5 times, 10 times, 100 times. So there we use while loop. While loop is used when you know a condition. You don't know exactly how many times, but there's a condition that is required for loop to execute. Okay. So you don't know beforehand, you don't know. Many times, but repeat based on some condition. This is where we use while. Okay. So we'll stop here today. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow.